Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a Diamond Mercy. I believe this is on console. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps me out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate that quite a lot. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have coming up, all that good stuff.
I suppose I'll be patching you up, as usual.
Okay, so the unfortunate piece is we are running Mercy Lucio, which is not a very good healing combination. Not a very good support combination. But you're going to have to deal with what you're going to have to deal with. On the flip side, you've got a pretty good team in general to boost. We take a look at this. Soldier's a solid boost. Junk's a solid boost. Orissa's a reasonable enough boost. Hog has Windows where he's a good boost. Like, you've got a good poke team. You've got good things to boost. Your partner just sucks. So, not the end of the world. Let's do the best that we can with it. You're boosting the Junk. He's the most aggressive. That's appropriate. He's no longer aggressive, and as he's leaving, you would want to be looking for someone else to boost. You could even be considering, hey, do I go over there? If you decide that's too dangerous for you because there's nowhere great for you to position, I understand. Okay. You needed to No. Need to be faster on the switch to primary heals there. Too long on the heal though. So here we are.
3, 2, 1.
This might seem counterintuitive, what we're about to go over here. Okay, you're going over. You should actually be on heals immediately here because it's a Doomfist that is coming in on him. So you should go, hey, I want to be on heals. Doomfist has thresholds. Doomfist basically needs to hit his slam and hit his uppercut and then hit, a fist pump or two to get eliminations, or he needs to hit someone with the punch. If he hits someone with the punch, nothing you can do, right? That's just life. But it looks like he's coming in with, more of his other abilities, so you want to make sure, and probably use his uppercut to get up here, so your soldier really isn't that much danger. But still, let's get a little healing on our soldier. Oh no, there's his uppercut. Let's get a little bit of healing on our soldier. There you go. Would have liked that a little early. And your soldier's totally fine now. You actually don't need to be healing your soldier anymore for 2 reasons. Those 2 reasons are Doomfist has already spent his rollout. He doesn't have the ability to take down your soldier unless it's with the punch, which into a wall would be a one-shot anyway. So we're not worried about that anymore. And it's not like anyone else is going to be in a position to hit your soldier either, except the ball, who you would have plenty of time to react to. So since soldier isn't shooting, yeah, you can go ahead and go, I'm going to keep healing. But you want to look real fast to damage boost here. You should already be looking at this from a damage boost perspective. You do not need to cap him off. Now, unfortunately, he's not shooting yet. And you do swap right as he's shooting. So maybe you're microing this, in which case, great. Staying on damage, great. Not sure why you're healing your hog. Damage boosting your soldier was better than healing your hog. Still better to boost your soldier. You can swap to heal right now if you wanted, like right as he gets hit. Don't need to be healing him through this. He's still trying to shoot stuff. If he's not shooting at stuff, heal him. Now you can be healing him because he's walking away. Yes, I'm getting pretty micro in your heal versus damage selection. But as you get higher and higher, that's going to be expected. You can boost Lucio while he amps for boosted amp. No. Okay, fine. You're triaging. I don't like how long you're staying on heals on this soldier. He's in full. He was in his healing station. Yeah, that toggle needs to be faster. I also don't really like that you're staying back here. Like, you look at this, and you're like, oh, I need to help my soldier. You can damage boost your soldier to get him a little bit of a lead, but as soon as you've got the option, I'm looking for something better for you to do. I would have liked you looking over here to get over to your Junkrat to turn this fight as well. You're like, hey, you don't have to be like, I'm with you until you have actually eliminated the Mei. You can go, I gave you a little bit of help. I now expect you to defeat the Mei, and now I'm going to go over here and help out my Junkrat that's in trouble. Instead, you were watching this fight too closely. You were staying in this fight too long. No, let's leave and go help our Junkrat. Oh no. That's not who you wanted. You wanted your Junkrat. And you want your eyeballs in this direction because this is the direction that threats could come from, and you'd want to know that they're coming. Use cover. Good. Do a quick check this way, a quick check this way. Those would be helpful. Don't walk here. Why are you out in the open? Junkrat, Junkrat, Junkrat. You don't really need to be healing him. This could have been damage boost, but whatever. You don't need to heal him all the way back up. Now, okay, you're at like 97%. Fine. No. So in this situation, you're probably mostly going to boost either your Junkrat, probably your Junkrat, unless you know that none of them are on the ground, until you see your Hog through a hook. Once you see your Hog through a hook, you can think about boosting him, because you're not interested really in boosting the hook. You're interested in boosting the shot that comes after the hook, but that's what you can be looking for. Your default would be the Junkrat, or if you know none of them are on low ground, you could get your Orisa, and then you just quickly flip over to boosting the Hog once he's hit a hook. You don't go to the Hog early, though. You don't need to heal, but that's just a micro-control issue. You're gonna fall and then boost back up, and then stay up with float. Yep. And then you're gonna Guardian back again, please, please. Flip to Lucio. Flip to Lucio. Why are you not healing Lucio? Why are you not healing Lucio? That Lucio should not be eliminated yet. Blue beams are a Mercy's best friend. You're gonna do this, aren't you? The shield is there for you.
Let's get you back in the fight.
Okay. Why are you not already flicked over? You knew where that Doomfist was going. Flick over and follow him. You want to get a little bit of healing. Stops his slam, uppercut, fist pump thing from eliminating people. A little bit of healing on them. You should already be reacting to this. We don't care about damage boosting our Hog before he's thrown a hook. Now we might be interested in damage boosting our Hog, but now we have to heal Junkrat. If we'd already been healing Junkrat, we'd have already delivered 40, 50, 60 heals to him, and that might be enough for us to toggle back and boost the Hog hook, which would be pretty cool. Now we're going to have to sit here and heal our Junkrat. Now you can swap back to your Hog, to your Hog, to your Hog. You didn't even want to look to see if your Hog had hit his hook? Maybe you were using sound effects. Maybe.
Ich kümmere mich dich.
Okay. You gonna peek behind you or no? I don't know why you're healing your soldier. I don't. Okay. Okay, so this is dicey. You probably aren't going to be able to go help your Hog out. You're probably just going to have to accept that you're damage boosting here. Why are you healing? That Orisa's shooting and is missing all of 40 HP. Just damage boost. You can heal when, you know, they've run to cover, but you didn't know that they were all to cover yet. Like, you can damage boost a bit, and if your Orisa isn't hitting as shots, you can assume that they've gone to cover, and maybe then you swap to heal.
Cover me.
You're trying. I respect it. You can Guardian Angel that. Okay, and then you're going to swap to your Orisa because they're still in danger. That Ashe has a sightline, but you're going to immediately close the sightline. So, like, going here to get your Orisa, I totally respect, but then you reclose the sightline. Even if it breaks the sightline, your beam is going to stay on your Orisa, even if you can't see her for 1.3 seconds, which is plenty of time. You don't want this Ashe to be able to see and take shots at you. So we like that. But you do want to heal your Orisa, even fortified, because they're in the Ashe's sightline. So the heal is good, but please don't have jumped off. Do it from here, and then break line of sight. No. No way. Are you really going to... You know that Ashe is there.
Your support has arrived.
That was not a safe res. Boosting the soldier's fine, but again, do this from around the corner with just the occasional repeat to keep your beam active. Don't keep yourself in that sightline.
I'm taking care of you.
Okay, at least you have an out. I really would have preferred that you tuck in here. Even tucked in here, you can peek and look for the jump to your friend if you want. But like out here, there's this center sight line that you were just not respecting and haven't for the last 30 seconds. I get that you want to be here to boost these. I mean, there's halts that'll happen in here. There's a Junkrat. It's a great boost area. As long as you've got an out, which you sort of do in your soldier. That's fine. You can triage that. I don't like that you were potentially vulnerable to that hook there when you didn't need to be.
60 seconds remaining.
I've got you.
How do you think this works? I was going to say, are you Guardian Angeling over here knowing that she doesn't have boosters to knock you away to cancel your res? No, you're just resing in the open with this Ashe. You have paid no respect to this Ashe's sightlines.
This is not the end.
Thanks,
Mm-hmm.
Tactical visor activate.
Cool. Hopefully he can carry it back. It's over. Leave. Just leave.
Deine Göttin ist da.
Letting the Ashe take shots at you again. Okay, yeah, there you go. You're learning. I was going to say, why are you remotely interested in what that hog is doing? He's clearly just staggering himself. Can boost the Lucio. Boost, not heal. Try to will the Lucio into shooting at the D.Va. Healing him was unnecessary. You're staying on heals too long, but heals is probably your preferred method of GAing from a comfort thing. You'll need to work on that. Not yet, though. Good super jump. Why are you?
Let's get you back out.
They're missing like 20 health. And they have a sightline. Just damage boost them. They're throwing out a halt. Be damage boosting them. They're fortified. They're not going to take any meaningful damage. They still have armor left. Just damage boost them. Damage boost them. Damage. They threw out a halt. They're gonna do damage.
Let's get you back out there.
That's a full health soldier. Full health soldier. Still. Okay. So slow. So slow. Okay.
Till Valhalla.
Yeah, I can live with this Valk. Please get, yeah, you can do a little bit of high healing back here, but your primary support needs to be up forward in the fight where those guys are being aggressive. You're much less interested in these two who are back here compared to these two who are much more in the thick of things. Yes, these guys were lower relative health, so a splash of healing onto them was fine, but you want to pivot back here more quickly than you did. What? Don't get hugged. No, no. Oh boy. That's a lot of heals. That's a lot of heals for a team that does not need healing. Some damage boost would be pretty cool. Now, they're not going to do anything with it, but some damage boost would be pretty cool that they could be shooting at the hog or the D.Va with. That said, they're not doing it. Flick back to heals for a moment, and now back on damage. And now your Valk is effectively over. There was like no damage in this. There was like no damage in this Valk. Please do not treat Valk as a recovery healing ult. That's not its place. I don't really like this res. So the problem that you run into with this res is I'm looking at this fight and not really feeling like you're in it. So there's the three of you. It's just the three of you. Soldier's still a good 6 seconds away from this fight. It's 4 of them. I guess. I'll live. I thought this was a little more one-sided. Sure, you can hit this res to go from a 3v4 back to a 4v4.
The battle continues.
Okay. Mercy should have a healing and damage boost or when she Valk, so she couldn't pull out her blaster and have fun. That would be fun. Okay. Are you gonna damage boost? No, you're just gonna heal. Okay, so I get it, but he's still sprinting. He literally can't shoot while he's sprinting. It takes him a moment to come out of sprint, so you actually are better off pre-healing him in case he happens to take damage rather than boost him when he's sprinting. But I don't really care because he's at full health. Good, good. No, 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 no. So close. I'm not sure why you stayed in line of sight at all. Like, here, you just immediately step out. You just immediately step out, or at the very least, you keep Hog's body between the enemy Hog and yours. Or you keep your Hog's body between you and the enemy Hog. What if people in voice comm spam res, res, res? Does the Mercy say no? I mean, you can say no, or you can just ignore them. Either is fine. Really, you're gonna just have to accept that people are going to say wrong things, and you don't have time to teach them the right way to play your game. You can say won't help, you can say down too many, or you can say no. But your ability is your ability. It's your res.
Damage boost engaged. You needed a doctor?
Oh, I thought we're upset at the healing Hog instead of damage boosting him. We were, but his hook broke on the wall, so it stopped being the end of the world. And not for being in line of sight of the enemy team. I mean, we can be upset at both. We can multitask. But her Hog's hook broke, so what are you going to do? We don't expect him, which you're not looking to constant damage boost Hog, though you can. You're more looking to go, hey, let's go ahead and damage boost the follow-up to the hook. That's the key thing to damage boost. You can try to get the rhythm on him, and he does have a rhythm to his shots. His rate of fire is pretty slow with Hog shots, so you can weave between healing and damage boost on those appropriately, and we'd have loved to see that, but it's Diamond Console. We're not really ready to see that yet. Okay. Cool, damage boost. Cool, damage boost.
The payload has
Cool, swap to McCree damage boost. McCree damage boost. McCree damage boost. McCree. No, not heals, damage boost. Damage boost.
Performance level.
That'll do.
Stop now.
Why are you healing him? Damage boost him. Damage boost him. Why are you damage boosting McCree rather than Orisa? McCree's out of line of sight of the enemy team. Damage boost Orisa. You damage boost the person who's being aggressive. If you could be up here to damage boost Hog without being in danger, that's who you'd damage boost. But you have to pay attention to who is doing work as Mercy and be boosting them. And it's not always just going to be your good damage boost or your good pairings like Echoes and Pharahs and Ashes. Sometimes it's just going to be, oh, my Orisa's doing work right now. Oh, my Hog's in the most aggressive position. They're who I want to damage boost. You know, my Hog is about to throw a hook, or my Hog just threw a hook, rather. Let's damage boost it. Oh, my Hog is just getting shot in the face. I guess I'll heal him for a bit until... Oh, now I can damage boost my Orisa. Okay, that's fine. You're healing him because you don't care about damage boosting the actual hook's damage.
Healing stream engaged.
I don't like this healing. Damage boost, damage boost, damage boost, damage boost, damage boost, damage boost. What do you do? Fine. Soldier's just gonna ignore you. Unfortunate. Okay, try to save your Hog. Try to do it. Too late. Don't Valk. Don't Valk. Now you can Valk. Don't Valk. Heal your Orisa. Good.
Bang.
Damage boost your Kree. Damage boost your Kree. Damage boost your Kree. Damage boost your Orisa. swap over and heal your...
Till Valhalla.
This is not to try to get back into the... You're doing this because your team's in trouble. Your team, it's still going to work because their team is in as much trouble, but... What? You're looking at your hog. Cool, you're healing them, and now you flip to damage. You flip to damage. You damage boost. You damage boost. That's an event that you just need to look for. Like, I know I'm being, like, picky on this, but that is an event that you need to look for. Hog hooks, Ash TNTs, Zen 5 orbs, McCree's after they've flashed someone, or when you think they're about to fan people. Like, there are events that you just need to look for and sort of automatically toggle over. You'd have to override your brain automatically toggling over, swapping targets, and damage boosting them. That you want that to be an automatic event for you.
Powered up.
I'm taking care of you.
Okay, forget the hog, damage boost. Okay, I would have said damage boost the Orisa, but if he's going to hit a hook, you can damage boost your hog. Damage boost your hog. Damage boost your hog. Why are you still healing? You just took to Zarya! You can't get up to him. You're not trying to heal. Fine, your hog's stunned. You can heal him. Okay, damage boost, and get out. Damage boost and get out. Damage boost and get out. Now you can heal your Lucio. Cool. And now you can swap back your Lucio's fine. Swap back to damage boosting your Orisa. I think it's the detonate these days. I don't remember. They've moved around the damage boost. Damage boost originally was you had to damage boost when the thing hits, and then they moved it to you damage boost when the thing leaves the weapon, and I forget where it is currently with TNT specifically. That's worth knowing, though. I'll go look it up because I should remember that, but I don't.
You should be at peak performance levels.
60 seconds remaining.
Right beside
I think it was the throw, but I don't have enough confidence of that to not look it up.
Schaden verstärkt.
Okay, but can we damage boost the soldier that's standing in the heal station? He's got heals already. Give him damage. Damage. Damage.
I'm here.
Yeah, damage. Damage is pretty cool. Okay, if you want to try and triage the Orisa just a little bit higher, that's fine. A little bit higher. Cool. And now you can go back to damage boosting. Your Orisa's in armor thoroughly. You're good. Damage boost the hog. The hog is in the fight. Damage boost the hog. Good. Guardian Angel. Now go back to triage healing. Triage the soldier. The soldier's in way more danger than the hog.
A speedy recovery.
Team up for special attack.
Till Valhalla.
Okay, last 10 seconds. Please be on damage. Please be on damage. Res? Okay.
We still need you.
Fine.
Your support has arrived.
They're full health. They're full health. That res was costly and a mistake. Okay. So let's go back through this. You have a supercharger going. You have a supercharger. You have a supercharger going, and you have beat. You could give these three 70% boosted damage if you choose to Valk damage boost them right now, which isn't actually full damage boost value because you 30%, 50%, you would be 80, but the game caps it at 70, or at least it used to. You could do that. It would be pretty great. You would chew right through that Nano Hog.
Till Valhalla.
I don't know why you're on heals. I do not for the life of me understand why you're on heals when you have a sound bear that just gave everyone, what, 700 health? Don't understand it. Don't understand it. This should be damage.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't really love this res. It's not a terrible res, but I don't really love it. And now you're back, and maybe you're choosing to be on heals because you see the Doomfist coming in, and the beat is over now, and you're going, hey, with the Doomfist coming in, I want to be healing that slam, which is fine. But as soon as the slam is over, you'd be looking for, okay, now can I damage? Can I damage? Like, you have to find eliminations to win this. Like, I don't think you understand this well enough. Like, I didn't love this res, and part of why I didn't love this res is you don't need to, like, win a team fight to make this hold at this point. You need to get a couple eliminations to win this. But the res should get you that, so we'll see. You're going to keep him up. Damage boosting the Tracer? The Soldier would be even better, but damage boosting the Tracer? The Soldier, the Hog. Okay. You do not need to heal the full health Hog, please. Please don't heal the full health Hog. There was a justification for healing the Soldier. There was not a justification for healing the Hog. When your Hog got stunned by the hook, there was a justification to heal him.
Winston reporting.
Hog's reloading so you can be healing him. Now you need to be damage boosting him. That's an Ana LM. No.
Damage increase. Let's get to that outfit.
Okay, damage boost. You have to get an elimination to actually turn this fight. You can't just stall forever. You're going to lose this slow stalling game. You need to get an elimination to turn this fight. Good, the damage boost. Maybe that'll be enough to help the Winston get a squishy limb. And now back on damage. You wanted to time your damage boost to his land because he gets the impact damage. He's on bad targets. If you see someone get on better targets, go for it. Otherwise, you're going to do this.
Healing stream
Ball's not real. Can you get over there? You can't. You do have res available, but you'd never get it off. Why are you healing the purple? Why are you healing the purple? What? That's your monkey. That's still your monkey. Oh, it's they didn't cap. They got off. Okay, got it. Okay. That was almost bad. And that was almost bad really because you tried to heal your way out of it. And you can't heal your way out of it. Like, you can't heal your way out of this stuff. And you especially can't heal your way out of this stuff when you're running Mercy Lucio. Like, you can't heal your way out of problems with this support line. You're just going to lose over time if you try to take healing battles versus this support line. And that should be pretty obvious. Like, in the sustain battle, oh shoot, of course we're going to lose. We have to lean into our offensive power. We have to lean into our damage boost plus our speed. Like, you can overwhelm them. You can win a fight quickly. It's not as good as if you were Mercy Zen or something like that at doing that, but that would be your closest thing to a win condition. They have an Ana. They're going to out-heal you. That's how it works. Like, if you're trying to make a, no, I'll just prop my team up harder than their supports prop their team up, your partner's a Lucio. You're a Mercy. It's not happening. You need to look for more of the, can I make sure I'm boosting my Soldier when he's in a good sight line? Can I make sure I boost my Balls pile drive? Can I make sure I boost my monkey right as he lands on a target, when he jumps in for a moment? Can I make sure I boost my, boost a follow-up to my hook? Can I make sure I boost my... Take a look here. Can I make sure I boost someone that's looking at the opponents right as halts are going out so that there's good follow-up on that? Can I make sure I'm boosting my Junkrat when he's actually got an angle open and is spamming stuff? Like, the boosts are how you have a chance of winning this game, I promise. So, like, need to be looking more for the boost opportunities, not just like generic, oh, heal versus boost, I need a certain amount of heal and a certain amount of boost. No, you're looking for useful events to boost. The other thing that we're getting into is you're not not respecting sightlines too often. You're just like, nope, I'm gonna go do this. I don't care that they could potentially sit me. This is a perfectly fine place to stand, and that Ashe didn't punish you as much as they should, but they will as they get better. And we saw that quite a bit, where you're just like, hey, I can be here, and I'm like, no, be here. Please don't be here. Be here. You do not need to look at the enemy. You can peek at the enemy every once in a while to see what's going on, to understand the situation, but you don't need to look at the enemy. You get feedback when you're boosting people of what their health looks like. You have audio feedbacks. You want to be able to see your teammates. That's good. And you want to be able to check in on flank paths that an enemy could show up from, but you don't need to see the main battle. And that was particularly obvious and bad on first point, when you just were sort of like, no, this is a fine place. No, use the actual cover. Don't be here. Be actually here, and then check. Don't go down here thinking you can do something. Don't go down here you thinking you can do something. You can do a very quick peek if you need to keep a beam active or to grab a new beam target. But you don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. You can be here. You can be here. More of this.
I'm taking care.
Less in the open, more cover.
Score. Round 1 complete.
Okay. What's worse, late heal or missed damage boost? C9 from the opponents, yeah. Yeah, what do you mean by late heal? Like, I'm not clear on what you think a late heal is. Like, I'm perfectly happy with my Junkrat running around at 60% health, and I'll heal him up when he's reloading, when we're between fights, when he's gone behind cover, and, well, Junkrat's a bad example because he can bounce from behind cover, but I might heal other people up when they've gone behind cover for a moment, because, you know, they're peeking cover, etc., and they go behind cover for a moment. I might heal him up right as I know damage is coming in from a Doomfist slam, something like that. Like, what do you mean by a late heal? That's not a... Like, you can be too late to heal someone that then takes damage, but that means you misjudged the triage situation.
Powered up. Greetings.
The way you want to think about healing with Mercy is as a triage healer. You're not going everyone has to be full health all the time. You're thinking of Mercy as a, hey, I actually want to be generically damage boosting people, but I will override my desire to damage boost people to heal them, to get them to thresholds where they're not just going to get instantly deleted, to bring the level of danger they're in down from 100 to like a 20 or something like that. And that doesn't always mean healing them to full health when they take damage. That means, hey, if my Junkrat goes down to 30%, I might heal him up to 60%, and then I'm fine with that, and then I'll override everything to heal him from 30% to 60%, and then after that, I'll just let him bounce grenades and I'll be damage boosting that until I can find a window to get him from 60 up to 80. Up to 100, whatever the case may be, and that window might be him reloading, might be I know there's no enemies down there because I peeked myself, might be, the enemies are clearly resetting, or it might be, hey, I'm intentionally triaging him harder to get him up to 75 myself, even though he was at 60 and I felt sort of okay, because I'm about to leave to go across the point to go do something else. So he's about to get into more danger by the act of me leaving. So I'm going to set his triage threshold as higher.
TikTok attackers incoming in 30 seconds. TikTok.
Sometimes it's letting the other healer get them up to 100%. Sometimes it's just you're going to find a less useful time to cap them. Like, you might be the one who gets them up to 100% yourself, but you're doing it when they're not doing anything, when they can't be doing anything, when the soldier is sprinting so he literally can't be firing his weapon, when the Zarya is reloading, when the Reinhardt doesn't have an enemy close enough to swing at.
Damage boost engaged. I'm taking care.
Right. Okay, damage boosting. Well, we've got our junk here. That's fine. Okay, so this would be potentially an example. These guys are stunned. The McCree and the the McCree and the Zarya are stunned, so even though damage boost is great, they couldn't do any work during this, so you might as well heal them while they're stunned because they can't be firing their weapon. Now the truth is Junkrat wasn't stunned, but I don't care. Like, this conceptually is the right thing. Oh, they can't be doing damage right now, so let me flip to get a half a second of heals in here.
Ich bin da.
This is what? What? No. Please don't. What? Why do you think that's okay? Doesn't have bubble.
Ich bin da.
You know there's a hog and a Junkrat up there. You know there's a hog and a Junkrat up there. You've heard the hog. You saw that your teammates got flashed. Turns out there's more than a hog and a Junkrat up here, because of course there is. And this res was always going to be in line of sight of like everything. Do you at least have sign cover there, but it's in line of sight of, oh no, so it's just this. But this is still way too much. Like, you can't be thinking you can go for this res. You can't. You can't. This is way too in the open. No. This was always going to be a trade your own life for the res even if you get it type situation, and I don't care even if you do get it and don't trade off your own life. You should expect to lose your life for this. You should expect to not get the res here. I don't care that they got the res off. Them doing a wrong play doesn't mean you get to do the wrong play. You need the res to be less risky to your own life to go for it. Like, you need that. That has to be the case for you to go to the res. That doesn't mean the res has to be perfectly safe, but this is like... You look for reses that are maybe like, hey, this is 60% safe, 40% not safe. This is 55% safe, 45% not safe. You're looking to play that game. This res was like 15% safe. It's not even close. It's not even close. You cannot do this. You just expect this to throw your life away. And even though it didn't throw your life away, the reason it didn't throw your life away is because Zarya went and threw her life away. And even if you felt like, oh, decent chance I get it, or if I don't get it, we're going to lose the fight, you getting it was always going to mean someone else went down. It probably should have been you. Instead, it was your Zarya. But you knew your Zarya had no health. You knew that if you didn't just pour heals into your Zarya was going to get eliminated. If you taking your beam off of someone to get a res off is going to cause you to lose that person, you getting the res isn't going up in value unless there's very specific ultimates that you're playing for. It's just going, I've forced my cooldown because I lost my Zarya. To get back my Reinhardt, I'm back where I started, except I don't have my cooldown. And I chanced my own life. Like, no.
Immer unterbricht mich jemand bei der Arbeit. Damage amplified.
Okay, you're going to heal up the Junkrat just to get him out of trouble. You're going to swap back to damage boost. Your Junkrat's fine. Your Junkrat is more than fine. You do not need to get your Junkrat to full. You do not need to get your Junkrat to full. I would greatly prefer damage boost. If you're going to heal, it should be on your Reinhardt. You can heal your McCree, like a tick, and then swap back to damage.
Where does it hurt? Damage boost.
Don't need to full heal these. This was better. This is the kind of res you're looking for. It's a res that makes it a 6v6. You have partial cover. Your team is supplying some amount of cover for you. It is not a foregone conclusion that you're going to lose your McCree or your Reinhardt if you go for this res like it was with your Zarya. This is a better res. This is like a 70, 30, 80, 20 res. This is great. This is easy. This is a shoe-in for yes, you go for this res. But this is much better, and I hope you see why it's much better than the previous res. Now you should call that you're rezzing so your team knows that their heals are going to be low.
The battle
But
continues. Reinhardt, where would you be without
okay,
me?
I don't care about your Reinhardt. Honestly, heal your McCree. And now damage boost your McCree because your McCree is about to flash fan. Your McCree. Okay. Now you can heal your Reinhardt if you want, because there's nothing better to do. Or you could try and go, hey, I think my Drunkard is going to get work done. But heal your McCree. Or your Reinhardt, rather. Swap over to your Lucio, it's better triage. And now if you could go, hey, I can get this work, your McCree looks great. Hop up to your McCree, damage boost him. He's not in any danger. If the Mercy starts shooting at him seriously, you can heal him instead, but you'll have plenty of time. But you don't need to triage him. Just go damage boost him.
Damage increase.
Objective A.
I think that hurt Temporal more than it did Mercy. That res, I think that's true.
You've got this.
Good damage.
You needed
Now
a
your
backup?
McCree, you can go, hey, while your McCree is fully behind the car, you could be flipping to heals for a moment, but as soon as they take this step, now you're back to damage. Now you'd be back to damage. Now you'd definitely be back to damage.
Step right.
Great.
I'm on fire. Your support has arrived.
Your Junkrat's being aggressive. I like it. You don't need to see what they see. They broke line of sight, so you heal them. Great.
Don't stop now.
Back to damage boost. Back to damage boost. Back to... Too slow. Okay. But they're shooting nades again, and they're fine. You don't need to get them all the way up to 100%. There's no one on the opposing team that is going to just one-shot them if you swap over to damage here. Now you need to heal again.
Damage boost engaged. Heilstrahl.
Okay, are you going to Valk this? You should Valk this. You should Valk this. You should still Valk this. You should Valk this. You should Valk this. You should Valk this. You don't need to Valk this anymore.
Let me get you patched up.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
No. Triage is not another word for trio. So triage is... We only have so many resource to go around. We only have so much resource to go around, so we will deal with people who are in the most trouble first. We shall help. That's really what it gets to. Triage would be like, okay, let's deal with this emergency situation. We can't give what would be the standard medical care of, oh, we'll treat you up to this level. So instead, we'll use our limited resources, our limited doctors, our limited medical supplies, whatever, to deal with the things that are the most wrong that are savable. If this person isn't savable, they're gone. If this person is savable, we're not going to give them the standard of care that they might get on a premium health insurance plan to get them back up to here, etc., whatever, in good times. We're instead going to go, let's get you up to here where you're okay, and then let's get this next guy up to here where they're okay, and then let's get this next guy up to here where they're okay, and we'd like to go get this guy up next. No, we have to go get this guy because they're not dead yet, but we can save them, so we'll get them up to here, and then maybe we'll get this guy up to here, and then maybe we'll get this guy up to here, and then maybe we'll get this guy up to here, and oh, we're no longer in a triage situation, everything is fine. So let's go back to damage boosting. And oh, now there's windows to actually get them healed up more to more standard levels of health. Oh, great. Let's go do that. Now, oh no, we're in a triage situation again. People lost health. Now he's back down here. Now I've got to get him back up to here, etc. I hope that helped, Stormy. But it's basically you're not trying to max heal people. You're trying to just do enough to get them out of danger before you go back to doing something higher priority, which is damage boosting. You're doing enough so that they're not in danger of being one-shot. They're not in danger of being overwhelmed. And if you can't do that, well, you just don't, so you let it be. Question, what if low SR teammates cry in chat, why no heal me to full, report mercy? I mean, you have to make your own decisions. My honest answer is I don't care. You're just going to play better than them, and you don't want to build bad habits to play wrong because you're going to climb past them and you're going to preferably do it pretty quickly. But you do have to consider, and players do this sometimes, of, well, am I going to do this to avoid tilt? Am I going to do something objectively wrong to avoid tilting my team because tilting my team is more likely to lose me the game than doing this wrong? And you can make that decision if you want, but are you playing to win that game or are you playing to get better? And if you get better, you're not going to be playing with those people very long. Play to get better. That would be my strongest advice. Right. Blaz got it.
Heilstrahl aktiviert.
They go no heals even with when you sit there. Yeah, it's yeah.
Thanks. Put it on my.
Okay.
You've got this.
Okay. So you can leave him be. You do not need to go up there and chance your own life. Let your Reinhardt take the space for you. Damage boost. Your Reinhardt's fine though. Damage boost your Zarya. If the McCree feels too dangerous to be up there, damage boost your Zarya. At least she can right-click orbs.
Ich bin da.
Okay. Super jump was one option here. I'd actually prefer that you drift yourself over here and use this. You could play from here if you want, but I'd prefer you just play from low ground over here and damage boost your McCree from here. This is what I was talking about before. If you spend too much time in the open, you're in the open and there's no need to be in the open. You can be right here. I do like using the tree cover. I'd prefer actual hard cover. And again, you can damage boost yourself past and be playing from here where you can see your whole team. Your whole team are good Guardian Angel exit paths for you. You can pick who you need to heal, who you need to damage boost, at least between your Rein and your McCree. And you can pick who you want to Guardian Angel over to. So you can see your whole team, which is a great thing. You're probably in a good position on Mercy if you can see your whole team and you can't see any enemies. You're probably in a good position. And you can either look at your team and go, okay, I can pick who I'm going to heal, who I'm going to damage boost, who I'm going to Guardian Angel to. That's great. I also have decent distances for my Guardian Angels, so if someone shows up on top of me, I can get out rather than just being like, I'm here, Guardian Angel 2 steps. That didn't help. So that's good. And you have the ability to look down a flank and check that flank and watch that flank for danger for your team. So this is your positioning right now. Not this. This isn't as good. This isn't as good because you can't see as much of your team. You can check this, keep an eye on this. You can see some of your team. You do have hard cover, so it's better than what you're doing up over here. But my preference would be that you're over here. Yeah, Val could win the game. Okay. Just regular damage boost on this is fine. Great.
Well done.
Oh, look, you're caught in the air when the opponents are high nooning. This was bad positioning, and I think you know that. Super jump is a good skill to have in your kit. Height can be protection, but it's to make the best of bad situations is mostly what you're doing when you're using that. Or to get up to places that you actually want to play from, like here, which, by the way, he was here and you didn't know that. But if he was there, he wouldn't have seen you here, and you'd have known about this hog because you'd have heard him, you'd have seen him. You could have then GA'd across over to here. Like it's okay.
Back in the fight.
It's an important skill to learn, but yeah, I think a lot of them go, I spent so much effort learning this, and I know it's important to learn, so it must be great. And it's okay plus, but it's not amazing. Like, you need it because it's now part of her kit. It's been balanced around being part of her kit, but it's not an every team fight thing.
That'll get it done.
This is not your time.
I'm too young to die.
Yeah, all my VODs are in the YouTube channel, or you can go to, they'll show up in the, if you go to the Discord, there's a pinned thing in the member chat that takes to Index that Ameni built that I think has other, might at some point have other people's VODs in it too, but for now I think is mostly mine that indexes stuff, I think multiple times a day, so you can find them there too. But just go to the YouTube channel, it's the fastest way.
Let's up the tempo.
Easy.
Healing stream engaged.
Pause the crusade!
Okay, please Valk. Please Valk. It's a 6v6, this is what you want. Don't get hooked, GA across and Valk. Hooks out, didn't get value, Valk. Win the game.
Till Valhalla.
You already held this too long. Like, this fight has already been decided. You wanted to Valk at the very beginning of this fight, but whatever. Okay. You don't need to play from a million miles away like this, but you're worried about the High Noon. I get it. Okay, so we've got some good stuff here. We do have some good stuff, but we have stuff that we need to work on. So the things that I would recommend working on for this Mercy player are, I would like to see more blue beam. I'm going to write in red that I'd like to see more blue beam. Maybe not. Maybe I'm going to write in blue that I'd like to see more blue beam. So I want to see more blue beam. And that doesn't just mean, oh, my ratio of blue beam needs to be higher, I need to be on blue beam more often. We're looking to get our blue when it's got value. It's okay with me if you're healing Soldier when he's sprinting. It's okay with me if you're healing McCree for a moment when he's rolling. It's okay with me if you're healing McCree when he steps behind a car and, doesn't have line of sight. That's fine. It's fine to heal people in those situations. But when those sight lines are open, I want you to look to damage boost them if they've got a window. It's fine to heal your Junkrat when he closes the angle, but then when he opens it again, unless he's in real risk of getting one-shot territory, you're going to damage boost him. That's what you're going to do. It's going to provide more value to your team, and especially in situations where your partner is a Lucio, you need to be looking to win fights fast. Mercy is not looking to compete against Moira's and Baps and Anna's for long sustained fights. She's actually looking to take advantage of her aggressive value. I know it's weird, a hero that doesn't always have their weapon out, for me to talk about aggressive value, but she is looking to take serious advantage of her aggressive value to win fights. She is not looking to just sustain forever. So take advantage of that. And the way I would think about your blue beam specifically to help you is I would be looking more for the events to boost, more for the, oh, there's a hog hook, I look to boost that. A halt just went out, I am looking to get boost out. My McCree is just rolled towards someone, just super got aggressive in the middle of our brawl. He's about to either flash fan or flash headshot someone. I want to do that. Like, I'd look for the things on some of the individual heroes that you're playing at, and you can build out this deck, a couple heroes at a time, of when these heroes do these things, that means they're getting aggressive and I want to look for it. Now, for hit scan, that usually means taking deep angles, or for poke DPS, that usually means taking deep angles. For dive DPS, or, for dive heroes, that might mean, hey, they actually use their movement ability to go in. For brawl heroes, that might mean they're close. But really, you can get more hero specific than that and see, oh, hog just threw a hook. If that connects, I want to damage boost. McCree's walking forward in our brawl. He's gonna flash something. That's what he does. My Zen's been charging a right click for a moment. They're going to send out a shot. Like, look for these events and try to interrupt what you're doing. Even if you're healing someone, try to interrupt what you're doing to damage those events. Now, you won't always. Sometimes it'll be my Reinhardt is at 10% HP. I am going to keep healing my Reinhardt because I would like to get them up out of danger. On the other hand, if your Reinhardt is at 40% HP, you're going to stop healing them probably to damage boost the right click that's being thrown, the TNT that's going out there. Like, those are things that you want to do. That really does make a difference. That is actually how you squeak more value out of Mercy. So blue beam is going to be the first thing we're going to talk about. The second thing that we're going to talk about is going to be your use of cover. You simply don't respect your opponents enough. You treat them too often as if they can't aim. Please don't do that. You don't respect, hey, that hog could hook you. That Ashe could see, or that Ash could see you, that McCree could see you. Use actual hard cover more often. Your beam will last for 1.3 seconds around a corner, even if you break line of sight. And if you peek that corner again, sometime before 1.3 seconds are over, it'll stay on them. So you can use your cover. You can go, hey, this was a great example where you can go, I can see my whole team. This is the type of position I want on Mercy. I can keep an eye on this. This is what I'd like to do. If we go to a different part of the map, just to illustrate, I'm boosting my soldier up here. My team is down there. That's fine. Oh, I need to boost down to my team. Great. I'm going to Guardian Angel. Not to here, but all the way to here, where I can see my whole team, and I've got soldier as an out. This was also fine. It's not amazing, but it was fine. This, which is what you actually did, was not fine. This, when your team was here, was fine, and you can see your team and pick who to boost and heal, or you can turn and check the flank if you're worried about a flanker. Was fine. This is not so great. Now, you might get stuck in things like this for just a moment, but this is what we want to be trying to avoid. Okay, and then the third thing that we would talk about, we could talk about reses, we could talk about Valks. I think it's going to be Valks. Your Valk timing looks too late, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure what you're doing with your Valks, to be honest. Some of your Valks looked late. Some of your Valks looked like recovery Valks. But in general, what you want to be doing with your Valks is you want to be going, hey, you want your Valk to be in the beginning of a fight. Like when the fight is actually broken out, or just before the fight has actually broken out, when, the two teams have gotten close to each other, it actually looks like they're going to fight, but before people have gotten eliminated. But you don't want to use it like 10 seconds into a fight, 15 seconds into a fight, 3 eliminations into a fight, 1 elimination into a fight, even if you can avoid it. You want to use it pretty early in the fight, but once the fight is actually happening, or maybe just before the fight has officially started, but at a point where the opponent's retreating is going to be expensive for them. You could just use it at the beginning of this fight, this last fight right here, because if your team is here, or your team is here, and the opponents are holding here, or your team is here, and the opponents are holding here, they don't have ground to give. They don't have ground to give for your Valk, so you just get to use it. But usually, you're waiting until it's close to starting, or it started, and then you try to Valk very early. Because it's only 60 health per second you do with your Valk, so that's not much. That's not Transcendence, where it's 300 health per second. That's not Sound Barrier, where they get, like hundreds of extra temporary HP that they get for a couple seconds. It's only 60 health per second. You want everyone on your team to still be alive, so early in the fight is very good. And you want to do it, you don't want to be trying to use that 60 health per second. You want to be getting a ton of damage boost value to actually let everyone soak a little bit of health damage, and then while they're doing a stupid amount of damage, and then you can convert to heals to triage a couple of them back, to triage as needed, and then not whenever it's full again, but whenever whenever people aren't in serious danger again, you can convert back to your damage boost. You're looking for it to be the mini bongo portion of Valk is better than the mini trans version of Valk, is what I'll say there. But early in the fight, as the fight is happening. That's 3 things. I want you to work on those things one thing at a time. I do not want you to implement the 3 things I talked about all at once. You will find that you're not able to focus on them enough to actually get them to be part of your gameplay consistently, to get them to be part of your autopilot, which is really what we want. So try to work on them one at a time. Spend like 5 to 15% of your brain power focused on working on I want to be positioned differently where I have cover and can see my team. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm using 5 to 15% of my brain power to think about that while playing the game. Even if I play the game a little bit worse because I'm focusing on that, that's okay. I'll then start to get better. And then once I think I've got it, once I think I understand this, then I move on and start working on my Valks, or I move on and start working on my Blue Beam. And that might cause me to start getting a little bit worse again. And then it turns around as I get it, and it goes up. Okay, got it. As long as when you move on to this next thing, you don't start getting meaningfully worse on the cover, that's good. If you do, drop this second thing and go back to working on your cover. And then you work on the third thing, and the same sort of trend happens. And then you'd find a fourth and a fifth thing, etc. And you find that, oh, hey, I'm better than when I started. I was playing maybe a little worse on the way, but I'm better than when I started. But this only works if you focus on one thing at a time. You're not going to be able to learn 4 things at once, because it's not like learning them in an educational sense. It's ingraining them in you as a habit so that you can just do them without thinking, so that you have to do thought to automatically override them. That's how you get the reps and get actually better at Overwatch quickly anyway. Okay, if there's questions, go ahead and throw them up in chat now. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join the Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, all that good stuff. Let's take a look. Okay. You wouldn't say her last Valk was a bit early? No, I wouldn't. We can go back to her last Valk here.
Let's up the tempo.
Easy.
This is real. The opponents don't have space to give. The Hog's right here.
Engaged.
I actually look at this and look at her team's health. Our Rein has already committed Shatter. This fight is long past started. Our Rein is missing a bunch of health. We could have used this Valk as our, hey, we force out this. They don't have space to give. They have to take the fight. I'd have totally been fine with this Valk being a couple seconds earlier. How to Valk if people are never close enough to each other? I don't care. The one where Kree dead-eyed her. Oh, that one.
I'm on fire. Heilstrahl aktiviert. You've got this. Damage amplified. Where does it go?
Step.
The payload is approaching its destination.
This is where she got dead-eyed.
Oh, shoot.
Damage is engaged.
And I don't think there's another one besides the last one. Oh,
Up to young.
Easy.
Get out of my way.
Step right up.
oh. Yeah, okay, I don't know which one you're talking about. Sorry, blah. In a no-voice comm team, is it better to Valk early or late? If you err on Valk, it's better to err on the early side. Like, it's the sort of thing where you really want to get your timing right on Valk. But you would prefer to err slightly early as opposed to slightly too late if you pick. You would prefer to be on the it's a little bit early, and a little bit of our Valk is just getting us rotational power as opposed to actual fight power. I thought the GA was a Valk, my bad. All good. If I can't do Valk timing temporal would like, is it better too early or too late while practicing? You're right. Okay, so same thing. Too early is better than too late, like I said there. But that's okay. You'll get better and better at reading it. And you will occasionally even go, hey, I'm using Valk like here. This would have sort of been a Valk to help you rotate a little bit, but it would have been Valk like 2 seconds of its value would have been to help your team rotate. And that can be fine, especially when the opponents can't just kite it back because the cart is right at the finish there. Too early, better than too late, and Valk is one of the ults that you use on the earlier side of ult usage for proper ult timing in fights. Okay, I hope that helps. If there's more questions, go ahead and throw them up now, but I don't expect there to be because I think we covered them, so that's going to do it. Do remember, if you're enjoying the content, to like and subscribe, and there's our question. What if they have high, noon, visor, and I ult tracked? I wait for them to use it, or do I Valk anyway? You Valk anyway, but you respect where they are. They're not going to get you with a visor or a high noon if their visor and high noon are back here, and you're back here. Or you're down here. You're Valk chains. You take advantage of the fact that you're Valk chains, and Visor takes time to do damage to you, so you can peek out a little bit from cover. You can even do cute things where you, like, take a pillar and you sort of dance behind the pillar, and like you sort of actually intentionally tank a few shots from the visor to keep him locked on you, but you don't let him finish you with your extreme health again. Anyway, too advanced. Visor won't eliminate you eventually, so immediately, so be near cover, and High Noon has charge time too. So again, be near cover, and your beam will chain, will bounce, etc. So even if you're fully behind cover, you can still get some value while that's going off. Those are good counter ults to Valk, but they're only good counter ults to Valk if you're like in the midst of things with your Valk, and you don't have to be. You can just use your Valk a little more passive, but still get good value out of it. And you can, bait it a little bit and be like, oh, look, I'm aggressive with my Valk. I'm aggressive with my Valk. You pop Tynoon, great. Now I'm going to go over here. And you'll still have value then. And if you're worried about them going, oh no, what if they like push up here and turn the corner with their visor? They're pushing up the corner through 3, 4, whatever teammates that you're damage boost and heal boosting to get to you. That shouldn't be able to happen. But if it did, well, you'd dart through there, etc. You don't think of them as a hard cover or as a hard counter. Cool, no problem. Okay. And I will be going into another review after that, but that's going to do it for this one. Thanks.